Hello. Sorry it's later than usual. Wanted to stream earlier, but couldn't. We're gonna be playing World of Horror today. I love this game. Played it when it was in early access, and it's just a really, really good game. What? It switched screens. Weird. Like monitors, it switched monitors. Customize, yeah. It's kind of like, well, I wouldn't say roguelite, but it's kind of like a board game. I think there's a specific board game it's called that is similar to. Okay, I'll just have it on this screen then, jeez. Rogue figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new unknown threats. Old gods and malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. Hey, Collie. Didn't know this could be randomized. Most of it is randomized. I think. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you've finally arrived in the doomed town. There are a multitude of characters you can choose from. PDA, Aiko. This one is what a lot of people usually go with because she has good decks, and there's a weapon that you can get, which is you can exploit it very easily. Whoa. But how you doing, Collie? Actually, hold on. Game seems to be cut off. It's cold, yeah. Who's the hardest character? The fuck? Where's this capture from? Good enough? Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm kind of baffled as to what's going on. Somehow the game is capturing without, not... What the hell is this? Why is it capturing Holocure? Why is it capturing Holocure? The heck? Well, anyway, the hardest character, what the hell is this? There's a moth in my room. Hardest character might be Haru. He starts with strength, more strength, less knowledge, and cigarettes, and dependency on cigarettes. So you have to buy more. Must stream. Who's the best? OG might not be so great. Mimi, pretty good. Miku starts out with terrible stats at first, but as Doom progresses, okay, that's random. Her stats get better. Shotgun. Oh, right, I think she's like cursed or something. I think we're gonna go with Mimi right now. Also, if you hear any meowing in the background, please ignore it. It's my cat and he wants out even though it's like 4 AM and cold. How does the stream look, by the way? Well, earlier it said it was dropping a lot of frames, but it seems to have stabilized. We also have different backstories. World of Horror, which has no effect. Medical history. You start with extra experience and bandages, but you might get an injury every time you take damage. Hunted by the Cult. Solving mysteries reduces more doom, but you get more unique combat encounters. Seventh Curse. You start the playthrough with more funds, but can't have any human allies. Ill-fated. All event skill checks automatically fail. Knight Errant. Stream looks good? That's good. So you major penalty each time you complete a mystery with a sub-A ending. Just behind a bit, maybe refresh. Scars lowers incoming damage by 1, but drastically lowers stamina, max stamina, and reason. I usually go with Hunted by the Cult. There's endless scenario mode, but that's not there yet. Just gonna do classic mode. We got quite a few gods. I think there's an unlock, one that I have to unlock. It requires you to follow its commands. Thakatoras, you can't run from combat, which is very dangerous. Itoth, the devouring fire, both your damage and the enemy's is increased. Athiolaz, casting spells costing reason increases doom instead. This is actually a pretty easy one to go with. Mirahar, resting increases doom penalty. Doom penalty, there's already a doom penalty when you rest, but this increases it. I'm probably gonna go with this one. The media has been reporting about various people with seemingly new supernatural skills. Could it have any connection with the news about stars disappearing from the night sky? you'll notice this game's very similar to like it's got kind of like a PC 88 aesthetic. I think it's also similar to the Mac Venture games like Deja Vu and Shadowgate. Maybe comes with a condition, static condition, which causes her to start with 20% 20% less mass reason. Static as fuck, heck yeah. Doom is basically your time limit. It can be reduced, but you don't want to let it get too high. Stamina is stamina. If it gets too low, you die. Reason is your MP, but if it also gets too low, you die. You can customize the layout of the town here. School nurse is very good because she can treat minor injuries for free. And there's no others. Okay. Someone has crammed your mailbox full of animal entrails. Oh, nice. Library notes. If I use this, I gain a random spell but lose 1 to 2 reason. Scalpel. Just equip that. One of those days, yeah. Different outfits. Let's go with the tank top. Silly guys in their animal guts. There's free money in here. Always check that. You know what? Okay, we've got abolish and memory extract. Forever in a pinch. You can take a bath and recover your stamina and reason. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Oh, I haven't done this one. Okay, let's do this one first. Sorrowful saga of the Moonlight Sailors. It began with one fisherman who dragged something truly awful from the belly of the ocean. A dark, writhing ooze that mesmerized him beyond control. He hid himself away for a week, adoring it, not to be seen until one moonlit night when a young girl spotted his boat drifting away. A single lantern swinging at the helm and the captivated fisherman singing eerily to his catch. Now more and more fishermen have begun to find the vile ooze in their nets, and one by one they are disappearing. Soon the ocean will have taken them all. So that one has the best name? Sorrowful Saga of the Moonlight Sailors. There's also, okay, so each investigation, mystery also has a side quest that usually leads you to getting a better ending. Anatomy book. We looked in our house to get this. I learned so much studying my own body. Lose stamina from this, but also gain XP. Since we have some money, it's probably in our best interest to buy some items. I'll take that. Oh yeah. Flashlight is always a good bet. As is the compass. Put this in the storage for now. Torture? What? Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket covered in strange symbols. He stops in front of a house, visibly nervous. Before he enters the house, he turns around as if he's checking for any unwanted followers. What could it mean? You generally have multiple choices. Perception check failure. The door is locked, but you think you can repeat the knocking pattern the suspicious man used. Nothing happens, plus 2% zoom. Sometimes you just can't avoid losing stamina or reason or gaining doom. Although you brave the stench for hours, you glean nothing besides the fact that the fisherman had a wife. Perhaps you should pay her a visit. Also, the music in this game is a banger. It's all bangers. Barely dodging a knife swing, you fall to the ground. The short-haired woman giggles and takes a step back. You can run from us, but you can't hide, friend. Some bangers, yeah. The combat in this is interesting. I like how it works, but it's hard to explain. You fill up a meter with your actions and then execute it. Also, this enemy is weak to the scalpel, so I can just hit him with it. Preparing an attack guarantees a hit. Like that's, yeah. You arrive at the fisherman's house. It stands long vacated. Peering in through the dusty window, you recoil in shock. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. Plus 2% doom. The fisherman's wife lies in the kitchen, mutilated and covered. Away! With black marks. Following a suspicious person, you enter an old rundown mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and only has 2 doors, one of which you came through. You can't see the strange man anywhere. Let's search the room. There's nothing really important here, but you'd think you might be able to use the one item you do find. Got a broken bottle. You can throw this away. And we just need one more item to throw away. Oh, I didn't read that, sorry. The town stocks are a mix of modern warehouses, small shops, and bars where the alternative crowd gathers. An ancient wooden temple occupies the small hill at the town's center. Let's try to recruit allies. Charisma check, failure. Damn it. Not only did you fail to recruit anyone to help you, but when you leave the bar, you're almost certain someone is following you. Plus 2% doom. The young man has glassy eyes and mumbles his replies as he caresses his catch. The beating movements of his arms disturb you. Something gigantic and invisible leaves a deep void in the sea. It's not moving, but you swear it's watching you. -2 reason. After a slow interrogation, the young man manages to stutter out something about an organized fishing trip. You walk on the beach when you notice a group of men disembarking from a boat. The fishermen have sun-baked and wind-dried skin, resembling more mummies you've seen in a museum than humans. "Hey you!" one of them screams, waving at you. "Give us a hand, will you?" They point at the giant wet burlap sack in the back of the boat. Let's help them. Strength check, failure. You nod and get closer. The burlap sack smells horrible, making you gag. You slip on the wet rock and the rotten fish spill onto you. Damn. Oh, well, I guess we're not getting the ending. The good ending. You slip out at night and race towards the beach, terrified of what comes next. Burst slap. Yes. I'm not saying that. More like... The full moon shines bright in the cloudless night sky. The ink-black ocean waves glimmer eerily. All the residents have drawn their shutters tight and locked their doors. Your footsteps are silent in the sand. The only audible sounds are your ragged breathing and pounding heartbeat. You arrive at the water's edge, breathless. The possessed fishermen's boats filled the horizon with their light. Tiny yellow spots navigating across a dark ocean under a dark sky. You cannot make out the figures on board. Hypnotized, you watch as they bob their way out of the harbor. Their lanterns move farther and farther away, and you hear the odd chanting slowly fade with the wind. You stand in the cold until the final boat is out of sight and is pitch black again. There's nothing to do now. You head home, the weird chant still in your head. No one spoke of the fishermen after they sailed off. Grieving mothers would not let their children anywhere near the cursed beach. Over time, people forgot the last time they saw a boat out on the waves. Ending B. Missing sailors, new events available. 30 experience, -3% doom, +1 reason stamina, and +1 day. So, no matter what ending you get, for a mystery, it'll always count as a kind of success. Like the game will still continue. Each time you complete a mystery, an effect happens to the town. Riots. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around the downtown area. The police are hopeless. This, I believe, is actually key to unlocking one of the characters. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Any tutorial? You know what? I'm gonna use this. Slicing your body open, you learn new things about anatomy. Let's see what this is about. Mysterious myth of Medusa metamorphosis. Everyone is talking about this weird giant jellyfish ambushing swimmers. Even the local biology teacher can't identify the species as more and more people end up hurt badly. You remember from reading an article that a famous marine biologist is spending his vacation in the city. Maybe you should seek help from him? The famous biologist is spending his vacation at the seaside mansion. You need to take a bus there. First, let's see if we can complete this side quest. Investigate school. Getting access to the student database would certainly speed up your investigation, but the receptionist would never allow it. If only there was a way to make her go away for a while. Let's talk to her. Charismatic check failure. This Peter Burger. You weren't able to convince the receptionist to let you access the database. This has been a waste of time. 2% doom. Once again, hearing footsteps behind you, you realize you aren't the only student here. A girl wearing a demon's mask starts giggling as she gets closer. -3 stamina, Jesus Christ. Ow. Wait, what's that? A broken box cutter. Some scientists say certain Medusas don't age, constantly growing in size. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. Looks like someone or something tore at his throat. You won't be needing it for sure, but you still feel bad about stealing from a corpse. We got ourselves a revolver. We only have 4 shots though. Need to rest. That screwed up our stamina. Not stamina, reason. Taking the bus, you can't help but notice the large number of trees that have suddenly died. What could be the cause? Cool air suddenly fills your mouth. It tastes metallic. Before you can react, you hear a low growling sound coming from behind you. What the heck? Oh, wait, I'm just hitting it. I'm not shooting. I suppose that's a good thing. I don't need to... It's not a cat? Yeah. Hey. You can level up. Extra damage against human enemies. +1 perception. +1 charisma. It's a gargoyle giving whiskers. You're right. Let me put our decks up. You finally arrive at the seaside. The water here is unnaturally cold and unwelcome. Wait a minute. That's weird. You shouldn't be able to see the lighthouse from this side of the bay. Well, I have equal knowledge and perception, I guess. You can't shake the feeling that these small dock buildings hide some terrible secrets. Represent doom. Some of the mansions are abandoned and the roads leading to them are overgrown. You have to somehow find the biologist's vacation home. Following the agonized screams, you'll discover a man with a horribly disfigured arm. Something murky and crystalline seems to explode out from the bone and up through his skin, his muscles spasming in pain. He pleads with you to help. It sure is a good thing you found him. Let's perform surgery. Dex check success. Working quickly but carefully, you manage to excise the protrusion before they can continue spreading. You stitch up the last gashes and escort the man to the hospital. Heck yeah. You finally enter the right place. Inside there are many jars with various jellyfish species. Where's the biologist himself? The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painted on the stone, you take a step closer. Let's study the symbols. Knowledge check success. You recognize some of the symbols from a stone tablet you saw at the museum. What's the connection? Inside a dusty study, you find a map of the cliffside with one point clearly marked. Is this where the biologist is performing his studies? The room layout of this place doesn't make any sense. You've been trying to leave this mansion, but each door leads to the same musty hallway. You start to panic, trying to find a solution. Luck check failure. You panic and begin to run through the doors, each time ending up in the same musty corridor. Eventually you collapse, exhausted and terrified. When you get up an hour later, you spot a tiny door you missed. It leads you to the main hall. A way out. Standing on the beach, you realize something. The map's coastline doesn't match the actual thing. Why's that? Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. The tides, the rise and fall of sea level changes the coastline. You should wait. The low tide reveals a semi-sunken cave which corresponds with the point marked on the map. Reluctantly, you enter into the unknown. You investigate the partly flooded cave. The low tide reveals a semi-sunken cave. Is this the place where the biologist was running their experiment? Whatever you decide to do, you should hurry. When that high tide comes, the whole cave will be submerged underwater, potentially trapping you there. You explore the cave, trying not to slip and fall into the cold water. Hearing some weird noise from behind a corner, you brace yourself. A humanoid creature seems to have no skin. Its black blood courses through the yellow veins, and its pale sinew and powerful muscles are visible. It screams and lunges at your direction. Waves violently crash against the rocks as the gory horror begins to circle you. Meat horror. We throw this. It damages it. Let us shoot it. Ouch. Now using a gun will deafen you. All combat actions are slower until the end of the current mystery. Looks like he's seeing something fierce. Yeah, I'd say. It's only after the meat horror falls to the ground dead that you notice a bag further down the cave. Inside you find a bunch of neatly folded clothes and a journal. It belongs to the famous marine biologist you were looking for. The last entry dates back to when the jellyfish attack started. The ancient tablet I found when exploring the caves near Shiokao has, for the lack of a better word, cursed me. I can't explain this, but every other night my skin slips off my body as if it has a mind of its own. It always returns to me in the morning. I just have to wait in the cave where the tablet was. What is happening to me? What will happen to the giant skin jellyfish without its host's body? You have no idea, and hopefully you will never learn the answer yourself. Ending A. Skin jellyfish. It's still out there. Level up. First aid. Defeating an enemy regains 2 regen. Hell yeah. Let's put our knowledge up. Since we only have 1 bullet left. Oh god, stirs. Roads leading out of town were closed by the police. You'll have to find a new way out. Investigating places located outside the city costs 1% more doom. Another key. We need more stamina. Alarming account of abnormal arms. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in their bed, with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. The door to her apartment was closed and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can get the apartment plan to compare with other flats. First, we rest. Let us investigate the hospital as well. If we enter here, we can find painkillers. You can either use it to gain some stamina back, or you can sell it. Let's see what the... yes. The bone saw. sell this, because something bad happens if you walk around without money for too long. The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. A pale woman wearing a nurse outfit stops you. Today, we are running a blood drive to help those in need. You look healthy. Would you be so kind and help the community? Sure. Luck check success. You feel like they took more blood than they should. You feel weak but fulfilled, knowing that you're helping. -2 stamina, but -3% doom. The Anatomical Museum Archives displays a specimen with elongated arms and jellified bones. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without even saying goodbye. In a recent letter, he apologized for the disappearance, and asked you to remove the furniture from his flat because he wanted to sell it. In the envelope, you find a key to his apartment. Let's search with a light source. You shine your light source in the dark closet. Something glitters at you. You grab it as the moving company enters the house. Ritual robe. Additional magic slot. Let's store that for now. Let's check up on our neighbor. Hey, I'm really busy today. Let's hang out some other time, okay? I don't know if the 1.0 version made it so you can actually get her or them from this. Because it never worked in the early access version for me. Mr. 000, your neighbor is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his new story. That's interesting. He looks more like Junji Ito in the early access version. Share our experience. Incredible, he shouts in excitement. How do you come up with this stuff? Sensing this story will be a huge hit, he pays you a token of appreciation. -15 XP, but +2 funds. You notice the odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through, though. When you stop by home to pick up your lunch, you find a pile of letters in your mailbox. Luck check failure. Staying up late investigating the current case has really increased your electricity bill. -2 funds. Man. I just got those. You should interview the neighbors. Maybe you'll discover something the police missed. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. "Open up!" shouts the deep voice from behind the door. "I know you're there." Closer to the door and asks what's the matter. Dex check success. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens and an unknown invader tries to look inside. Luckily, you manage to stand still. After a couple of minutes, the man retreats, probably unsure if you're home at all. After all, 5 XP. One neighbor is complaining about her missing underwear. Boing, boing. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of sodas inside, but you really could use a drink. We all have 1 fund, so let's get the most expensive one. The taste seems a little odd, but you enjoy the drink anyway. Another neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Ugh. -1 to knowledge until the end of the current mystery. Great. Our pets see us? God, I hope not. Wait, what's that? A baseball bat. Your strength's not that great, so I don't see the point. Actually. Minor. Okay. Patch yourselves up. We can see the school nurse. Classic. Yeah. Sorry, dear. A patient is here. I'll call you back, says the nurse as she's eyeing you up. How can I help you today? All your minor injuries are treated. We're better. Let's check the building plan to find out if there is a place where all the vents connect. Needs to take normal pills. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, and you struggle to look at it. Charisma check. Success! Unintimidated by the painting, it gives you new insight into the madness that possessed your friend. +5 experience. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you could smell something vile and rotten. You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide-open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing into the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key. What scratch? Did the player character get more bruised and beaten than she is now, or is it limited? I think this is as far as it go. Like, once you're below 10 stamina, you just get like these scratches and shit. And if you go below 10 reason, you lose the shine in your eyes, and you get like bags under your eyes. After the police arrive, the whole building gets searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he is identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeuristic photos of the tenants. You are questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak. Yeah, it's a neat effect. Contaminated water. Oh, I hate this one. There's something wrong with the tap water. It is black and oily and glistening, smelling like death. You hope it's just a temporary issue. This basically cuts off any between mystery healing with the bathtub. Tiny key. Oh wait, I can use this anytime, jeez. But, yeah, hold on. This is a really bad one to get. Is that a reference to Elisa Lam? I don't know. I don't think... It could just be a coincidence. Like, there's no, like, specific mention of like, a water tower or anything else. I don't know if it's a reference. So, unfortunately, there's no point in taking a shower. Probably just a coincidence, yeah. Alright, 2 more left. Perilous Parable of the Peculiar Painting. A damp-looking letter addressed to you arrived this morning. Mamiya Ichiro, a famous painter you were once a huge fan of, has replied to a message you sent him last summer. This name is actually a reference to A Sweet Home. Ichiro Mamiya was the person who painted the frescoes in the game and movie. He thanked you for the letter and invited you to his mansion. You were going to witness the creation of his true masterpiece, he wrote. Just how could you decline? You finally arrived at the mansion's gate. You're afraid you'll never be able to remove the lingering musty smell of wetlands from your clothes. Now, where is everyone? Mansion foyer. You were startled when you discovered that headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room and laughing. Animated head. Wait, what's that? Black hair. You can use this with a sewing kit. It makes the sewing kit better, basically. You continue your search. While walking through the empty mansion, you can hear something rustling in the bushes behind the building. The forest. Our master is coming, and we all can bask in its glory. A glitched enemy. It does +3 doom. So, you probably want to get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. Ow. Yahoo! Fast learner. Taking damage in combat grants a small experience bonus. Let's take that and more knowledge. Crouching next to a moss-covered stone is a woman. Hello? Are you here for Ichiro-san's showcase of the newest painting? Where are my manners? My name is Amy, and I'm a curator working for the art gallery in Shiokawa. Amy smiles. Ichiro-san is somewhere in the mansion, I'm sure. I'd help you look for him, but I want to catalog these, she says, pointing at the rock. These ritualistic markings are unique to this region, I've been told. Okay, let's advance the mystery. Stick together in this weird mansion. You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet in an old locked cabinet. When you remove the book's wrappings, you recoil in disgust. It's bound in human flesh. Burn it. You may never know what's inside the hideous book, but that's a good thing. There are countless paintings hung on the walls of this mansion. All of them show alien landscapes and weird humanoids dancing around in circles. You don't recognize any of them, but the technique used is unmistakable. Ichiro-san painted these. You gotta stay with Amy. The round window of the crooked manor tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. We fight. Charisma check success. Just one glimpse of the eldritch landscape is enough. You manage to cover your eyes and move to where you can't see the damned window. You feel sick, but at least you're safe. For now. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Let me check out the mask. One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an occult book. You decide to take it with you. Karukosa mask. Faster spiritual actions. Finally, you find a key in one of the desk drawers. You head towards the private rooms, hoping to find the painter himself. People point at and talk about a man on the other side of the street. He looks confused, muttering to himself while occasionally touching a festering wound on his cheek. You stop in your tracks and listen to the man's cursed incantation. We gain Ethos Flame. Deals 8 damage. Every visible surface of the room you enter is covered in obscene paintings and grotesque monster faces. In the middle of the room you spot Ichiro-san, repeatedly stabbing Amy and splattering her blood over an empty canvas. Oh, I fucked this up. Ichiro-san smiles when he notices you. Ah, my biggest fan. I can't let you know my secret. The mad painter slowly takes off his dark glasses. No time to change equipment. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh fuck. If I don't heal, I'm going to die. Damn it. Resisting the unknown horror was taking its toll on your health. Weakened, you finally succumb to your injuries, alone. As the dust settles upon your open eyes, reality starts to crumble. Well, shit. We try again. Is it a go until you die or a winnable deal? You can win. There is a go until you die mode. That's endless mode. Let's go with Mizuki Hamazaki. I'll stay with Hunted by the Cult. Let's try the Spider God. Takatras is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all. Why do they not have faces in the character select but do in game? Maybe it's stored as a separate sprite. And they just... Or maybe it's just a stylistic thing. Maybe both. Well, they changed her portrait. This looks a little concerned now. Safety in numbers. Why did you sign that contract? +1 max reason. At the end of the mystery, if you don't have at least 2 followers, lose 2 reason. He's looking for you. Hello. Hiroyuki Mizutani. Oh. I guess that's... Mysterious janitor. Completing a mystery regains 1 stamina. That's good. Well, we need allies. Library notes. Lesson. Oh yeah, Mega Merc. Got Aspiring Idol. Innocent Student. The Collection. Rebel Outfit. Private School. Star. Kinda saggy. That's a bad thing. What do we got here? Okay, I want to do this one right away because we're her. Eerie episode of Evolving Eels. While returning to your home, someone suddenly bumps into you. Did you know? You turn around. It's your friend living in the same apartment complex, Kana. That weird dude is back. You know, the one who studies fish. You shrug, opening the door. Kana follows him and immediately enters the kitchen. A while later, they return with 2 cans of soda. Aren't you curious what weird fish did he bring this time? They grin. We have 2 allies now. Receive -1 damage from attacks during combat encounters. I saw the creepy neighbor carrying some jars inside his apartment. I wonder, what weird fish did he find this time? Will you check it out? He'll surely recognize me if I try to do it myself. Please? At a shop for items. Voice. What's her, charisma? There's no reroll here, damn it. Sure. Oh, I don't have enough money. Fuck. Well, I've wasted enough time. You decide to enter a small shady bar in the docks. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest, although persuading them to do so might prove difficult. Got good charisma. Let's try talking. Charisma check success. You catch the fishermen in a good mood. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things with too many legs. Vanity mirror. Reveals extra information about event choices. Right. That tells you what's required to do certain choices. Like, what stat requirements and stuff. The ocean is hungry. You're stopped by a person with a knife. They look incredibly sad. It wants me. But I'm afraid I'm too much of a coward to do it myself. Can you help me? Oh. Unable to convince the person, you close your eyes as they jump off the cliff. You may be going crazy, but you swear something is watching you from the sea. -1 reason. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way man look on the other side of the line puts an accent on a real. Hello? Are you still there? Let's listen. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, if everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. Dude's working at school, right? We could break into his office. What do you mean we shouldn't? It must be empty because he just came back and his classes begin next week. Okay, we investigate the school then. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. The neighbor's office at school is empty. You do find a few jars, all filled with weird eel-like fish. Despite your protests, Kana decides to take one jar home. Have you ever seen an eel like this? It's so freaky. Don't you have a feeling it's watching us? How could they sip their soda so calmly staring at this creepy creature? Kinda sure is something. Wandering through an old corridor of another vending machine. I've seen him burning some notes behind our apartment building. Let's go and check it out. Is this eel even alive? A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Let's try to calm her down. Charisma check failure? Jesus Christ. I have 8 charisma. When you touch her shoulder, she gets hysterical. Her reaction shocks you. Move away as more neighbors enter the corridor. Kana was right. Someone tried to burn some papers. They must have been in a hurry because some of the papers look salvageable. You both returned to your apartment and tried to decipher the notes. Legend from the prefecture Eel's tale of a small village of robbers who would kill all visitors and dump their corpses into a lake full of eels. Eels of the prefecture lay their eggs inside human... We need to get our reason back up. It's so weird. Your neighbor really was into eels, it seems. You began to wonder if spying on your neighbor was a good idea to begin with. It's a bad time to be out of cash, says the grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company, fortunately, specializes in cases like yours and will gladly help you get back on track, after all. He takes a step closer. You could swear there was a faint smell of rust around the man. Everyone has something to sell. Jar of blood, fondest memory, or peace of mind. You startle awake on a park bench. Did you faint? There's no sign of the grim man anywhere. But you find an envelope full of cash inside your pocket. -3 stamina plus 2 funds. This happens if you have 0 funds. You want to avoid it. There must be something more we can learn. I'll try to break into his apartment tomorrow morning. Wonder what he's hiding in there. You shrug non-committally. You just wish you could throw this damn jar into the trash. Thinking about how stupid it is of Kana to try and break into your neighbor's apartment, you go to sleep. You spend an entire day waiting for Kana. Where the hell are they? This door shouldn't be there. It shouldn't lead anywhere. More importantly, it shouldn't pull you in. You force yourself to leave the mysterious door behind. I don't think I should go in there. Kana has been missing since yesterday. You decide to check out the neighbor's apartment yourself. You cautiously enter your neighbor's kitchen. You're shocked to see countless jars filled with eels, flailing around restlessly. Where the hell is Kana? Bathroom. The swollen body of your neighbor is rotting away inside putrid, murky water. Both his eyes are missing with countless tiny blood trails leading from them in all directions. -1 reason, -1 stamina. You finally find Kana. I found the aper, but when his eye burst, I slipped on the blood and lost consciousness. I'm afraid there's something in my own eye now, too. We must go to a hospital, or we must puncture their eye now. I'm gonna warn you right now, we're going to puncture their eye. So, please look away if that's going to be too upsetting. Shocked, you see countless tiny eels crawling out of your friend's eye in all directions. Will Kana even survive the blood loss? You rush to the hospital with Kana, getting a lot of attention from horrified people. Your friend is taken immediately to the operating theater, and you collapse on a chair in the waiting area. Fall asleep. Wake up, dude, you've been sleeping for over 3 hours. You groggily open your eyes to see your friend. Kana is wearing an eye patch. Not so pretty anymore, eh? Couldn't exactly tell the doctors the truth about what happened, and I'm pretty sure I won't be winking with my left eye anytime soon. Thank you for saving my life. You're still processing the events of that previous night. Corpse-eating eels that lay their eggs and eyes? Sitting with your friend Kana before your apartment building, you watch the police officers emptying out their neighbor's place. Ending A. I believe I believe the other endings you don't get Kana. Cut off from the outside world. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be the radio mass failure. This one is fine. You just can't use the TV. Can't get any signal from the outside world. What's happening? Can't use the TV and phone, I think. Which blocks you off from doing some things. But it doesn't matter right now. We need some cold water. Because she is freaking out right now. Next, we have Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology is only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin, and even post your own to start a conversation. Many use them to share files or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. Rumors have surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within Shiokawa. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people all be driven to take their own lives? Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there's no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that'll work? Let us check the forest. It's said that a famous priest died on this rock. Perhaps the mysticism has seeped into it? You touch it. Touching it with your hand, you feel newfound knowledge forming in your mind, plus spell. Invisibility. Until the end of the current mystery, there is no doom penalty for escaping from combat, but it costs for a reason. You discover an old campsite located on the edge of a small clearing. The tent has been knocked down and the food and utensils have been scattered everywhere. Let's search the tent. Luck check success. The sleeping bag has been torn to shreds. You find a wallet nearby. There's no ID card inside, but you're sure the absence of cash is the least of the missing owner's problems. After searching deep in the woods for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching a note. I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationships. Share death and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone here is waiting for you, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. Weapon! Yes. Okay. Interesting. Now we can continue with the actual mystery. Find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One metal seems particularly valuable. Break the window to grab it. You break the glass window, cutting yourself a little bit in the process. This metal isn't made of gold, but you'll be able to sell it easily. Well, the school library's computer doesn't have a modem. You happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet at her home in the city. Oh, nice. The pair has been following you since morning. You finally manage to lose them, but can't shake the feeling that it'll only get worse. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs, teeth clenched as you heave it up, one step at a time. God damn, our computer's heavy. And they still are. Did I draw myself for the thumbnail? Yeah. I took a picture and like traced over it to make it look more like the game style. Not wanting to wait for an elevator, you decide to take the rarely used stairs. You suddenly trip but grab the railing at the last second. When you get up to expect what caused you to trip, you freeze in terror. It's slowly standing up. It's so badass, it looks amazing. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Holly. I did it a really short amount of time. But I'm glad you like it. Twisted corpse. Oh no. This is a spiritual enemy. And I can't run. Oh boy. Yeah, what's 5? You can't beat these enemies normally. You have to either do this or do a combination of bows and claps. which is randomized each playthrough. I got 3 moves right. This is very dangerous. You can forget spells also to regain reason. Clap, clap, bow. Clap, bow. Oh no. Bow, clap. Okay, before we do that, I need reason back. Okay, it was clap, clap, bow, bow, clap. Why? Fuck. No, we're trying that again. And we are still going with Mizuki. Because fuck you, game. No, that did not get everything right. Library notes again. Whoop. Yeah. Let's speedrun. Fujiko. Sukeban girl. Your kick action deals additional 1 damage. I think I kind of fucked myself now. Awesome. After a long conversation, they hand you the knife and thank you. Putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. Seeing the big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous. A bite. Hopefully it'll go away on its own. Let's not take that chance. Ah. You know what? Let's go to the schoolyard. Oh, hell yeah. You were always such a kidder. Well, fuck you. Ugh. At least my XP. I don't have enough XP. Sadly, you don't have any recent stories that would help him. At least the public won't experience the same horrors you did. Minus one reason. Okay. The telephone sounds and multiple voices are too loud for you to ignore. When you enter the apartment, everything turns silent. Ugh. Ow. This and this. Awesome. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice-cold water is a good idea. Damn it. Your body clearly wasn't prepared for a cold bath, and you can feel a cold coming on. Not really you. Oh. Following a barking sound, you find yourself on a beach, surrounded by rocks. It looks silly. Ouch! It bit me. Owie! Do the cold messed up your pipes a couple of days ago and ice cold shower was not on your schedule? Oh. Sorry to hear that. Rabies in this game? I don't know. Pool is empty at this hour. It's dark, but you could swear something suddenly moved under the surface of the water. Let's check out the lockers. Someone left their wallet in one of the open lockers. Nice. Now we don't have to go to the bathroom. We do have to do this. Warning again, I'm going to puncture their eye. Yahoo. That's the same thing. Okay, good. I need to keep our reason up. Right, start another mystery. Freaky feature of found footage. 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about local folklore and legends of the nearby forest. Now, on the first anniversary of their disappearance, a suspicious man is starting asking questions. He claims to be a private investigator hired by the parents of the students. Except the parents of your friends didn't hire him. Who is he, and what did the students discover out there? 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about the local folklore. Maybe you'll find a clue about their last known whereabouts in the school's newspaper? You need to investigate the mention first. You're fine. Walking through the forest, you spot a pair of legs sticking out of a bush. Before you can do anything, however, they twitch and move. Ow. At least this doesn't hit that hard. And level up. See more. Parting gift. Letting allies go grants a permanent bonus to one of your stats. Fame. Faster combat actions for each ally you have. Folklore studies. One plus 1 knowledge. Also, the perks that give you extra stats also have uses during certain events. We are going to get fame because this is a really, really, really good perk to have. Into upper strength. The legends say the witch was buried alive for kidnapping and murdering 2 children. It points you in a specific direction, potentially saving you some time. Going to rest. There is one thing we must buy from the hardware shop. A can of acid. You know what? We don't have enough XP, damn it. Wait, why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Let's observe the smog. Ugh. By the time you realize the vapor is forming into a giant hand, it's too late. It crashes through the window, sending shards of glass everywhere. -2 stamina. The notes mention a village not far from your town. You decide to take a bus. Getting closer, you can't help but notice a large number of trees that have suddenly died. What happened here? Ones for clues. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead they carved in his cult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. Everyone in the village is unsettlingly friendly. An old farmer points you to an old stone. The missing group supposedly started their forest trip there. Come on, someone join me. Really? gonna threaten them. They made us waste our XP. You wonder what kind of animal the spider caught in its web. You scare away the annoyed predator and rip open the cocoon to reveal a human finger. +1 dex, -2 max stamina. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Looking back last time, you continue deeper into the woods. Root must be there somewhere. Parasitic organism burrows under the bark, undulating slowly. Let's cut it open. You cut the tree and quench your thirst with a dark red sap. +3 stamina. Let's not dwell on what the sap could be. All the paths look the same. Are you lost? Oh. The rumored witch house seems empty. In the basement, however, you find a camera pointed at the large hole in the ground. On the table next to the camera, you see 3 cassettes, each titled after one of the missing friends. Then you hear a curious sound coming from the hole. Why don't we peek inside? You kneel down and lean forward to see what's inside the hole. It takes a while to process what you're looking at. It's a gigantic eye staring right at you. Hypnotized, you continue to lean in, feeling weaker and weaker as the gargantuan beast lures you in. Have some acid, buddy. You open the can of acid and empty its contents in the well. The house's foundation shakes as the massive creature's eye burns. Walls begin to collapse as you pass out from the toxic fumes. You wake up later with cassettes in your trembling hand. The witch's house is nowhere to be seen. Ending A. And we got the forest tapes. I don't know if you can actually do anything with these yet. Just gonna put them in the storage. I fucked up the tap water again. Alright. Next one. Do I have any items in my storage? Nothing I can throw away. Damn it. Curious case of a contagious coma. More and more people fall unconscious and cannot be awakened. People who try to wake the patients up only end up falling into a coma themselves. A whole wing of the town's hospital has been dedicated to warding the comatose. Is there anything connecting these people, and how did this strange illness start? Let's check their news reports about this weird disease and try to find the cause before more people fall asleep. Village first. This trail to an abandoned Shinto shrine is overgrown and steep. However, it could be an important place to investigate. Strength check failure. You hurt your knee badly when you step on a loose stone and fall down. You limp back to the village to get the injury checked. Luck. Rest. Right, village again. As you walk through the village, crops waver in the breeze, following your every movement. -2 reason. Welcome to the rice field. An old man from the village hands you a package. This should help you understand the illness. Dust of Seeing. Momentarily renders invisible enemies partially visible. If you use it, it sets enemy power to 0. Impossible angles and seemingly moving lines make your head spin. How is this possible? Reports mention a patient 0. Who could they be? In the morning, you usually only remember glimpses of your dreams. You know two things. First, they are always both terrifying and inescapable. Second, the man from your nightmares is standing on the other side of the street looking for you. Perception check failure. Getting closer, you start panicking as the situation starts to resemble your nightmares. Finally, you reach the breaking point and run in fear. Ah, damn it. You need to sneak into the hospital and borrow the information about Patient Zero. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. I don't have any wounds. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. You got their name and address. Let's get out of here. Walking through the hospital corridor, you're stopped by an older man with a cast on his leg. Could you help me go down these stairs? Help the man. Dex check failure. You struggle to help the man, but you both fall down the stream. The stairs. Don't fall down the stream, guys. The man's cast breaks, and you scream. Underneath the cast is a seething sore frothing with green bubbles. The man smiles, his smile way too wide for his face. Patient Zero's house seems empty. You should search it carefully. You can hear a faint sobbing sound coming from an alley nearby. There you approach a man on his knees. When you take a step closer, he suddenly stops and perks up. You can hear the nauseating sound of tearing skin. Ugh. Ow. That man dabbled in magic. You found a journal describing a certain village and instructions for a summoning ritual. It seems that he tried to contact an entity from the dream realms. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. Dex check success. As soon as you pick up the package, you realize what you're holding and drop it in horror. Classic experience. Alright. When the patient came home one morning, covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as you pass by. Charisma check. Success. You immediately understand that the only difference between you and the crazy person is that you haven't been caught yet. You convince them to sneak out and join you in your quest. Yeah. Iwa. +2 strength. Ewisness, what's that smell? Iwa does mean rock in Japanese. There it is. Let's hope you find an answer here. Why the rock? I don't know. You've managed to sneak through the floor while avoiding the police and finally reached the quarantine wing, where all the coma patients were brought in. Their pulses are slowly weakening and their blood pressure dropping. You must hurry. Following the old man's advice, you throw the dust of seeing in the air. It reveals weird elongated monsters hanging from the ceiling, one above every bed. Each creature is connected to a patient with an undulating tendril. As you try to process everything, one of the disgusting creatures raises its head and looks in your direction. The creature causing the contagious coma plaguing your town has taken notice of you. You must defend yourself or perish. Keep attacking. Yeah. The creature's severed body falls on the floor and starts melting slowly. The remaining part slithers back into the now closing hole in the ceiling. You manage to catch a glimpse of the other side. The sight of the other side makes you fall to your knees. It wasn't the creature's body that you'd managed to cut off. It was merely a finger. Shaken, you sneak out of the hospital. One thing is certain, though, it's the end of this weird illness. Dream Eater, the hospital is now safe. Preparing for the worst, people are stocking up on everything, making it harder for you to find what you want. Prices are increased. Whoa-ho. Oh. Okay. Moonlight Sailors again. Gotta rest. Why is my reason not going up? They say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on this street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to this tale? Let's spend the night here. Strength check, success. You wait the entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but nothing happens. You're relieved it's just a rumor. Okay, I was gaining reason. Their finger. Nice ring. If I equip it, I gain 1 charisma. If I use it, I get 2 funds. Let's use it. And maybe... Where is lemon? You haven't seen this brand before. Oh, that was all of our funds. What the heck? The investigation can wait. A hot bath is too inviting. You bathe happily and continue with newfound strength. See something that shouldn't be there. 69. Nice. Not nice. That's close to... Oh boy. Dickhead. Military exercise makes you feel safer. But are guns enough to stop the unspeakable horrors lurking out there? I mean, they seem to work pretty well for me. Quick thinking is a good one. You decide to enter a small shady bar in the docks. Charisma check success. Ending B. Again. Riots. Again. Oh boy. Just got one mystery left. Macabre memoir of morbid mermaids. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He's collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. Now his mind is snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own, using unfortunate students' bodies as materials. There's one thing everyone at the school is talking about. Another girl from your area has gone missing. Could there be anything connecting all the missing people? I should investigate downtown next. The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you got a feeling something is wrong. Where are all the people? Let's check our chances. Luck check success. Even though the metro car is completely empty, you arrive at your station without any problems, saving valuable time. Investigate seaside. Something gigantic and invisible leaves a deep void in the sea. It's not moving, but you swear it's watching you. Oh, we got bitten again. Owie. Hearing footsteps behind you, you realize you aren't the only student here. You picked the wrong person to mess with. All the missing girls were apparently members of the school swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnappers stalking them? You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart beating. Investigate morbid school. You find a notebook containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and... mermaids? A nauseating stench stops you. Someone has scattered rotting fish guts everywhere and hung up countless fish heads. You cover your mouth as you slowly retreat. A vast flock of seagulls outside viciously attack the windows. Ugh. Really rough on my stamina and reason today. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. There's something wrong here. A weird apathy seems to infect every adult you ask for help. You'll have to deal with it alone. Your path is blocked by a rotten corpse covered in poison ivy. Suta-chan. Ouch. Oh. You compare the sewer plan with a school map and suddenly it dawns on you. School basement. That must be the place the kidnapper is keeping the missing swimmers. It seems the person involved with the current case was a prize-winning swimmer. There's no turning back now. God, let's hope she's alright. You bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's already too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, her upper torso at least. The tail of a fish has been crudely sewn in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, you hear the mad janitor say. He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. Not giving up after the previous failure, the obsessed janitor has found another body to experiment on you. You. Any special actions in this one? A spark from the broken bulb should set the highly flammable cleaning fluids on fire. Ouch! We're burned. You receive additional combat damage. Suddenly, the mutilated girl moans quietly and twitches. The fishtail causes a lamp to fall and break, igniting the chemicals. Mad Janitor catches fire and starts screaming terribly. You try to avoid him as he thrashes around the room, setting everything on fire. Thick smoke and the smell of burning flesh makes you feel weak. You are rescued by the firemen, trying to contain the fire. No trace of the Mad Janitor is found, and no one believes your story. But you will sleep a little bit better knowing that the other students are safe. School fire, new town status. What? I just sworn it was Monday, not Tuesday. Right? Plus 5% doom, fuck you. While classes will continue in Old Wing, no student will gather in the schoolyard. Well, luckily, that was the last mystery. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. Multiple padlocks prevent you from entering the building. You need 5 keys. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, that you should run away from this place as far and as fast as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. With how high the doom is, I don't think resting is an option right now. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone has been taking photos focused on you. The photos include the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. It was Goblin Seal, right? Yes! You rip the photo. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it and, with a buzz, the gate opens. You're stopped by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. "I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further," she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in your hand. You have to think fast. Try to reason with her. You try to talk her into allowing you to pass. "It's too late anyway," she whispers again, letting you continue. The delinquent girl nods sadly as you pass her. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, you discover you can't remember any of them, except one. It was contagious coma. Damn it. Wrong answer. Your head starts to hurt. Is everything just something you imagined? The newspaper clippings suddenly disappear, so does the door, allowing you to continue. Plus 5% doom. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. The cable that should be powering is currently disconnected. The power box itself is covered in a weird moist goo. Just inhaling the fumes makes your eyes itch and water, but to power the gate you'll need to disconnect a faulty plug. Strength check success. Weird goo burns your fingers, but you quickly manage to separate the faulty plug and connect the proper cable. With a buzz, the gate opens. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision. You can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. The light source seemed to somehow repel the darkness, and you continue to climb the staircase. Safe. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. Congratulations. You are safe. For now. We win! Ooh. That was really close. If there was just another floor, we would have lost. Okay. So, right now my throat's kind of shot, and, I'm also hungry, so, I think we're gonna end for now. Let us see who is live. That's right, Cerise. I've edited her before, but if you don't know her, she's a lovely Tengu VTuber. She's playing Monster Hunter World right now. Okay, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube for VODs. Follow my Twitter for updates. And if you'd like, we have a Discord. So if you'd like to join that, feel free to. And let's get the raid started. And let's get the raid message ready. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day or night or whatever it is. And I'll see you next time, hopefully at an earlier time. Yeah. See ya.